Good morning. How are we? So a quick 5-minute video on a little fairy tale or a story. For some of you that follow the stories that I like to share, it's generally around strengths, habits and goals. And recently I've been telling little stories that I connect with, and I'm a big fan of Robin Williams, RIP. So what are the stories he's told? Well, I'm going to tell you a story about a boy who never grew up. And that boy might be me. And it was a boy that wanted to fly with strengths. And he tended to hang out with the lost boys, the orphans, the one without parents. So young kids that never grew up. And he lived in a land that he was always looking for his soulmate or someone to share with. Who was that? Can I think of a name? You know the name. Wendy. So was Wendy the soulmate? Or was it the little fairy Tinkerbell? The one with wings, the one that sat on his shoulder and whispered in his ear and told him all the good things in life and wanted him to remain a boy and not become a man. However, Wendy wanted him to come to real life and grow up and be a man. Is there a story in there? Is there an analogy in there? And then there was Captain Hook, the evil Hook, the one that ate the clock. Or was that the alligator that ate the clock? Tick tock, tick tock. Time is ticking. Time is ticking for this little boy that never grows up, that never becomes a man. But does he become a man when he goes into human society and joins Wendy, and his dreams and hopes are shattered because then he starts to become old and decrepit, and the clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. That's life. Boys that need to become men, and they're forced to become someone that they don't want to be because they grow up with talents and they grow up with lost boys, and they're lost boys in themselves. But do they become men, or do they want to remain boys? Do they want to have that fairy, that little Tinkerbell on their shoulder? Are they looking for strength, but they find it in the form of an alligator who ate a clock because they don't believe in time? Because boys don't believe in time, girls don't believe in time. It's adults that focus on time, and they focus on losing time. So, how was Robin Williams? He was a boy that never really grew up. He loved life. He was a comedian. He wanted to make people laugh, and he told stories through his movies. He was a brilliant actor because he could portray a character as a little boy, and he would help the lost boys, whether it was the homeless people that he enforced that work on the sets of his job sites because he was trying to help them. And when I say enforced, I mean enforced in the movie making companies, not the homeless. The homeless wanted to be a part of these movies because there was laughter and joy. But he was an addict. He was addicted to laughter. He was addicted to love. He was addicted to family. Yet he was misunderstood. How misunderstood? He was a lost boy. He was listening to the clock ticking, tick tock, tick tock. Could he handle life? It appears not, because he took his own life. But there were TV shows and movies that he made. He was an alien in Mork and Mindy. He was a recovering drug addict in his marketing show. I think it was one of the last TV series that he did. He was a suicide victim where his wife died in the movie What Dreams May Come. He was a lost, misunderstood doctor in Patch Adams. He was the voice of reason in Good Morning Vietnam. He was a lost boy. He was a boy that wanted to fly. He had his Tinkerbell. He understood life, but no one understood him. His message was never clear because people laughed, because he found through communication when he told his story, people didn't quite understand, but they understood his jokes and they understood his humour, but they thought he was insane. They thought he was crazy, but in a good way. Because if he wasn't successful, he would have been judged and probably locked up in a mental assignment. And I'm sure there's dozens of other movies. What's the one with Matt Damon? Doesn't cross my mind at the moment. I will remember shortly. There were plenty of movies that he made. Dead Poet Society, again, about suicide. Again, about having a voice. My leader, my captain, or captain, oh captain. An amazing man, and in my eyes, a lost boy. I'm a lost boy. I'm a young boy, still waiting to be a man. But I accept who I am, and I accept who I become, and I accept who I want to be. It's whether Tinkerbell or Wendy are prepared to accept who I am. And my Captain Hook is sitting on my other shoulder. And I'm hooked in life, and I'm hooked on time, and I love it. So that's my story. I'm Danny Crouch from chooseyourchapter.com.au. And remember, focus on your strengths. Bye for now.